Welcome to Oklahoma City Community College Friday Night Rivals, live on CW34, presented by GMC.
We are at historic Jelsma Stadium here in Guthrie, Oklahoma, known around these parts as The Rock. Built back in 1936, but tonight it hosts a matchup of 5A versus number 6A. Welcome, everyone. It is the Guthrie Blue Jays hosting the Putnam City West Patriots tonight. I'm Jack Damerl. This is Myron Patton. We'll be joined on the sideline tonight also by Mark Rogers. Myron, let's talk about tonight's matchup. Guthrie favored heavily in this one.
Yeah, they are. They're a team that's in 5A, but they're a team that's, when we talk about Carl Albert, we talk about McGinnis in 5A. Hey, Guthrie's usually been there with them, too. They won state in 2013. They got a big physical offensive line. That'll be a big key for them tonight.
Let's talk about their matchup last week against Shawnee. Shut out Shawnee 33-0. They have a big-time defense.
Yeah, they do. They created turnovers, takeaways, and that's the best way to set up an offense that's led by a sophomore quarterback. Give them a short field to work with.
Putnam City West Patriots, on the other hand, struggled as of late. The last couple of years come in. They haven't won a game in a couple of years. How do they turn things around?
Well, you got to get players, and right now they're in a rebuilding phase. They're trying to get guys to come out. They got a couple of really good athletes, but they need more bodies to deal with a team like Guthrie. We'll see if they can get it done tonight.
And they have a guy named Corey Gordon who's really good.
Yeah, he's a Baylor commit. He's 6'3", about 180 pounds. Basketball player first, got involved with football. He's a guy to watch tonight.
All right, should be a good matchup. On the sideline tonight is Mark Rogers. And, Mark, there is no better place in high school football in downtown Guthrie.
That's right. Jelsma Stadium here in Guthrie was built in 1936 as part of the WPA. It's one of 15 to 18 stadiums in the state that are still being utilized that were built back in the 1930s. It's about 20 feet down from the street here. There's no other stadium like this in the United States. The baseball field is back here, and the fence to left field, there's really none. It comes into the football stadium. There's nothing like the Rock at Jelsma Stadium here in Guthrie. Jack, Myron, back to you.
All right, it is Guthrie and Putnam City West. The kickoff is coming up next. What'd you say? Say that again. Okay. Okay. And we are back in downtown Guthrie. Tonight's kickoff, the Blue Jays will kick off. The Patriots will receive to start this football game on a beautiful night here in Guthrie, Oklahoma. Nice and hot today, temperatures in the hundreds, although the sun is going down, so it should feel a little bit better as we go along tonight. Here is the Ortho Central kickoff. Ortho Central, it's in our bones to take care of yours. And Guthrie sends it deep with the wind, and this will go into the end zone, and we will start with a touchback for the Patriots, who will start the game with sophomore quarterback Myron Jamar McCrary. Everything goes through him along with Corey Gordon, another sophomore quarterback to start the season with.
Yeah, and you're going to say sophomore a lot tonight. You're going to say freshman a lot tonight. And that's, we talked about in the open about Putnam West, and, they're rebuilding. They've got, it's mainly a sophomore class. They've only got 7 seniors that are playing. Some of these guys they think are pretty talented, but they're young. And they've got the ball first. It'd be nice if they could make a few things happen, kind of get some momentum, maybe take the crowd out of it.
There you see third-year coach Craig Maynard, who came over from a school in Kansas coaching 6-man football before he stepped into the 11-man bracket. And here's the first play from scrimmage for the Patriots, a bobbled snap, and the handoff goes around to the left side. And after a couple of yards, the gain by DeJuan Knight, one of the 4 freshmen starting for Putnam City West, and they will get a couple of yards on first down.
Right there, even though the snap was kind of high and the play was kind of off time from the beginning, you saw some speed from the young guy. He turned what would look like a loss into about a 3-yard gain, and that shows some of the young talent that he's talking about. They've got, again, it's young talent, but they've got some speed, some guys that can make some plays.
All right, second down and 8 for the Patriots tonight. Again, the sophomore Corey Gordon to look for. Here is the handoff, and he is going nowhere. Knight goes nowhere for no gain. Actually, it may have been pushed back a couple of yards back to the original line of scrimmage. Let's look at keys to the game tonight, Myron, for the Putnam City West Patriots. They have an uphill battle to climb. Yeah, they've got to deal with maintain the line of scrimmage. Guthrie's awfully big up front, especially on the offensive side of things. And, of course, Corey Gordon, get him involved, get him the ball, let him make a play or two. And you talk about a tough defense. They only gave up 44 yards last week to Shawnee in a 33-0 rout of the Wolves over in Shawnee on the road. So a big-time defense for the Blue Jays, and they will need it this year with the district that they're in, competing, as you said, against Carl Albert and Bixby and Bishop McGinnis. Here's the third down play, and now a flag is thrown by the back judge tonight. And that will go against, actually, what is that, delay a game on Putnam City West.
It's not what you want. Now it's third and even longer. And, of course, we had the keys for Guthrie, create turnovers. They had 3 takeaways last week against Shawnee. That's led to the 33 points they got. And now they've got Putnam City West in third and long. You don't need a turnover here if you're PC West. That's Guthrie you're looking for.
Third down, 15. McCrary to pass. He will be run out of the pocket. Look to pass it. Now he's going to be tackled back at the 1, and now he loses it. And the Blue Jays pick it up for a touchdown.
And there it is. There's another takeaway. That's the last thing you want to happen is to fumble it, in this case in the end zone for an easy score. But that's what they did last week. And on the last 2 plays, their defensive line was in the backfield of Putnam West.
Here is the replay. McCrary, nowhere to pass it, decided to run with it, and then the ball was knocked loose by Shade Poole and picked up by Nico Pena for the score. Big hit by the senior weak side linebacker for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, you're ready just to go ahead and eat that. Try to punt it, just trying to make a play. But that's an easy score for Guthrie. Not the start you want if you're PC West.
Isaac Villava for the point after, and it is up and good. And the Blue Jays recover the fumble and strike first, 7-0 over Putnam City West, and exactly what a team who is looking to get that goose egg out of the win column after a couple of seasons is not what you want.
No, it's not what you want, and we got a camera right over that wall there. I guess they're going to be busy retaining footballs as they kick extra points tonight.
Here's another good look at that, and a good hit by Poole, who actually led the team in tackles back in 2020 last year, and actually had 4 tackles last week against Shawnee. And there's the man who recovered for the touchdown, a sophomore defensive tackle for Guthrie.
Like I said, that was the story of last week's win over Shawnee. 3 takeaways. They've got one here, and we're not even 2 minutes into this game, just barely a minute into the game. They've got 7 points just to give me there. So
there's the head coach of Guthrie right there, Myron. Kelly Beebe has been there in his 8th season as head coach. Has had quite a bit of success. Took over after a program that won a state title back in 2013.
Yeah,
looking to take them back to that state championship era.
Yeah, that's been dominated by Carl Albert. McGinnis has been competing for those two teams. But like I said, it's not that long ago that it was 3 teams with Guthrie in there fighting and scrapping and doing their job. And so they think they can get back in the mix and maybe unseat Carl Albert in that 5-year run they've had. 5A.
Here's the Ortho Central kickoff for the Blue Jays. Villa's kick. He's got a pretty strong wind behind him, and this will be fielded right at the 1-yard line by the Patriots with some good running room right back up the middle. And finally swarmed under at the 20-yard line is Jaden Saylor. And so the Patriots will take over, getting their second possession of the first quarter, trailing early 7-0.
So Putnam West, you've got some, it's a little bit like last week. We talked about Putnam City, the one in 19 years they had 8 guys get scholarships, colleges. Putnam City's got some talent too, some talent here, talent there. The thing about football, though, you need players, not 1 or 2 good ones. You need players to have a good program. They think they've got some guys that are coming up in the ranks. You're going to say freshman, sophomore a lot tonight, though.
And with a couple of victories, Myron, don't you think that they'll get some of the players? Here's missed communication on the handoff, and they're going to be swarmed under for a loss. Again, DeJuan Knight on the carry, and he's going to lose a couple of yards. Actually, he's going to lose about 6 yards on first down, so now it's 2nd down and 16. They only have about 37 players on the roster, so first and foremost, I would think that Coach Maynard would have to grow the numbers in the program.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I was out there Tuesday, Wednesday. He had talked to a soccer guy, got him to come out. He says a lot of athletes roaming the hallways. He's preaching the program, trying to get guys to come out and get their numbers up. They've had some COVID issues also that's kind of hampered things.
Here is the 2nd down play, and McCreary throwing it down the field, incomplete. He was looking for his intended receiver, Aaron Edwards, and he overthrows Edwards, who actually has some good size. Let's look at the lineup for the Putnam City West Patriots. There's McCreary, the sophomore quarterback, Isaiah Thomas, the running back, although we've seen a dose of DeJuan Knight so far. And then you have Edwards, Gordon as the wideouts, along with Jawan Moore. Grigsby, Jansen, Herod, Christian Baxter, and Jones along that offensive front, who they will have a tough duty tonight with a big defensive line for Guthrie.
And Isaiah Thomas is a freshman running back. He says he's got some juice in him and thinks he's going to be a pretty good player. Again, he's a 9th grader going up against a pretty experienced Guthrie team.
Here is McCreary. No room to run again, and he's going to be sacked again. Back to the 10-yard line, and they are going backwards. 4th down and 20. It will be a punting situation for the Patriots, already trailing 7-0.
It's the kind of start you want for Guthrie in terms of control the line of scrimmage, getting in the backfield, creating havoc for a young quarterback, an offensive line that physically really doesn't match up front, and they've done what they want to do.
Landon Herzl, number 15, right there on the sack for Guthrie. Had a fumble recovery last week, and here's the quick kick by Guthrie. Nice, actually, kick. Bounces at the 35. Guthrie fields it at the 30, and a tackle right there at the 30-yard line, but Guthrie starts inside Patriot territory. And they will have the ball when we return. The Blue Jays lead it 7-0.
You're watching Oklahoma City Community College Friday Night Rivals live on CW34, presented by GMC.
are back in downtown Guthrie at the Rock with the Blue Jays leading the Patriots 7-0, and we'll get our first look at the offense for Guthrie, led by sophomore quarterback Hayden Calvert. In the backfield, Isaiah Hammonds, and here is Hammonds on the first carry over the left side and drags a tackler across the 25 down to the 24-yard line, a gain of 6 on first down.
I was out at Guthrie on Tuesday watching practice. The first thing I noticed is, man, there's some big guys up front. You know, their offensive line's huge, their experience. You mentioned a sophomore quarterback. That's the best friend for a young quarterback is an experienced offensive line. They've got that.
All seniors along that offensive front. Here is a 2nd down and 4 play. The handoff to Hammonds, right back up the middle, gets good yardage, breaks a tackle, gets the first down across the 15 down to the 13-yard line. And that is an Oklahoma pain management first down.
I think we could have got yards with that. I mean, that's a big hole there. Look at that.
Huge hole opened up by Blake Schwartz and Joe Matthews along that right side. And it's first down and 10 inside the red zone for the Blue Jays, leading 7-0. Here is the quarterback keeper, back up the middle, across the 5, and down to the 3-yard line, close to the first down. He might be about a half-yard short. And now they're going to go with the quick snap. Actually, they're going to give him the first down on that one. And they did. First down and goal, Guthrie. Another Oklahoma pain management first down. And here it is, the snap, and into the end zone, touchdown. Guthrie scores again to take a 13-0 lead.
Yeah, not even getting touched until he's good 4 or 5 yards down the field. Again, that offensive line just clearing out space and just manhandling the front for Putnam West. This is what you want to be concerned about going into this game for your PC West.
And there's the quarterback, Hayden Calvert, with the touchdown. A Homeland Grocery touchdown. Homeland Grocery, you're a homegrown advantage. And here is Villalba for the point after. A good look at what he's kicking into. About, what is that, about a 20, 25-foot wall. And his point after is up and actually hits off the top of the rock wall. And it is good. 14-0 Guthrie, and we are not even halfway through the first quarter.
No, that's, we're 4 minutes in.
Here's another good look at the touchdown coming right at you. Hayden Calvert with his 3rd touchdown run of the season. Had a couple last week against Shawnee, actually a couple through the air, and gets his first rushing touchdown of the season.
Yeah, like I said, they've got a big physical offensive line, and they can lean on them tonight. And if you're Guthrie, you may work on a few things. You may not show too much because you can pretty much physically control this game. If you're PC West, you've got some athletes. You got to find a way to get them in space. You know, I said Isaiah Thomas, they think, is a pretty good young running back freshman. Corey Gordon. You want to try to kind of get them in space where they can let their athletic ability kind of take over, make a few guys miss. If nothing else, just to keep the ball, to give your defense time to rest, so they're not right back out there dealing with a big physical Guthrie team.
And so far, we have not seen Corey Gordon involved in the offense. Although he's out there, they are not able to get him the ball.
Maybe a reverse, jet sweep, something, just to see if he can get his hands on the ball. Because really, it's hard to throw it to him because they're getting so much pressure on the quarterback.
He is back deep to receive. Here is Villalba to kick off for the Blue Jays. Pretty impressive kicker. And this kick will be fielded by Gordon at the 1. Right back up the middle and finally swarmed under at around the 20-yard line. Spade Poole, one of the senior captains on this squad, makes the tackle on the kickoff. They have a few guys who go both ways. Guthrie does. So Putnam City West takes over again.
You know, these non-district games are the equivalent of non-conference games when we talk college. Mm-hmm. And so you have a 5A, 6A going up against each other, and these cross matchups, and of course got some of that going. Everybody's doing it around the state or whatever. If you're Guthrie, everything's kind of measured against what you're going to face. We mentioned the district they're in. I don't think there's a tougher district in the state, regardless of class.
No doubt about it. Yeah. Well, when you have the 5-time defending state champions in there, that makes it tough just with them in there, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Jamar McCreary, the sophomore, and he will throw it out to the near side, caught, and across to the 23-yard line.
That's what they do.
They make the catch. Sorry, Meyer.
No, so that's what they do. Just try to get the ball in space to some of the guys and make some plays. Maybe make a guy miss. Just use your athletic ability.
Saylor on the reception for Putnam City.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to just line up and go block and knock Guthrie off the ball. They're going to have to spread them out, get some one-on-one matchups, and make some things happen that way.
Gordon, the Baylor commit, is at the bottom of your screen with the orange shoes. Here's the handoff to DeJuan Knight, and he is hit hard out of bounds right around the 22-yard line. Actually, they're going to say he got back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 3rd down and 7 for the Patriots. Those orange shoes he'll have to change to green and white, green and yellow next year as Corey Gordon has committed to Baylor.
Yes, and he's one of the top players in the state. Baylor, that's a good commit. And came to PC West to play basketball. Lenny Burt's had some pretty good teams, state championship teams. Rondell Walker's getting ready for his sophomore year at Oklahoma State on a basketball scholarship. Tyson Jolly's a senior at Iona, hoping that he can get to the NBA playing for Rick Pitino.
And before the play gets off, there is a flag down, and let's see by the referee Rick Smith, it is illegal procedure on the Patriots, so that will send them back 5 additional yards. So it'll be 3rd down and about 3rd down and 12. Make that Putnam City West going backwards, Myron. And again, we'll talk about it probably all night. You have to get at least a 1st down or 2 here to get some momentum to get that offense going.
Yeah, and when you're putting yourself in long yardage situation, that means you got to throw. They know you got to throw. They're going to pin their ears back and come after the quarterback.
4 wideouts in the game now, and the Patriots want a timeout. Head coach Craig Maynard does not like what he sees, and so he will take a timeout as well. Let's take a break. We're in Guthrie. The Blue Jays up 14-0.
You're watching Oklahoma City Community College Friday Night Rivals live on CW34.
Are you hearing all right?
Yeah, I got it. Thanks.
You're watching Oklahoma City Community College Friday Night Rivals live on CW34, presented by GMC.
Back on the Friday night game of the week, Friday Night Rivals game of the week, presented by OCCC. 3rd down and 12 after the timeout. Here is McCrary, now being chased out of the pocket, and is sacked back at the 10-yard line by Landon Herzl.
They've got these
defensive end.
They've got these long yardage situations. It's just tough to get a pass off. They were looking downfield for Gordon, but you've got to have time because couldn't get around the corner enough to even deliver the pass. And give Guthrie credit. They've got some pretty good athletes up front as well.
Looked like he might escape that, but a great tackle in the open field by Herzl. So here's the punt for the Patriots. High into the air, not very deep, and almost hits a Blue Jay in the foot, and it will be downed by the Patriots at the 34. So once again, the ball has not crossed midfield, and the Jays take over. Blue Jays take over inside Putnam City West territory.
Yeah, we're just now approaching halfway through this quarter. Now, you would have loved it from PC West standpoint. You could have pushed that guy back into that ball, make it a live ball, try to recover it. But, again, your defense is in bad situation. Like I said, they're they've got great field position and a playbook that's wide open and what they can do.
Here is Hayden Calvert right next to Isaiah Hammonds, and he's going to go deep over the middle, wide open, but incomplete was the intended receiver, Tyron Eaton, and if Eaton catches that pass, Myron, that's 6 points.
Yeah, and he's looking at his hands like, I can't believe you failed me. I got 2 of them, and neither one of you caught the ball.
Last week he had a couple of touchdown receptions, and he would have had one right here, wide open in the middle of the field, and just a little bit of butter on those fingers.
I said, what happened? I trust you.
Good arm, though, by the sophomore Calvert. Last week, 8 of 13 through the air, 100 yards. Here's the handoff to Hammonds, and good defense, good pursuit that time by the Patriots. Swarming under at the original line of scrimmage, brings up 3rd down and about 11. Actually, they're going to give him a yard loss, so 3rd down 11.
Boy, if they could build on this, Putnam City West, if they could get a stop here and make them punt this football. 3rd and long, they haven't had this all night. If you could get off the field, that'd be something to build with. Get off the field without giving up a score.
Yeah, exactly. 3rd down 11. Here is Calvert looking left, throws it right. Wide open is his receiver, caught at the 10-yard line. 1st down. Jalen Harper with the 1st down grab from Calvert.
Good route, good throw.
Oklahoma Pain Management 1st down.
Yeah. Good route, good throw.
Had everyone looking left, Myron, and threw it back right.
Yeah, had a couple defenders back there. If he puts it anywhere short, that has a chance to be picked off. But he put it where it had to be.
1st down and goal, Blue Jays. Here's a handoff to Hammonds. Nice move to the outside. Gets to the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Guthrie. That is a Homeland Grocery touchdown. Homeland Grocery, your homegrown advantage, making it 20-0.
Now, when they go look at film tomorrow, he's going to say, Coach, can you run that back? A little bit of Barry Sanders in him right there.
Oh, great move, huh? Nice cutback, nice little skip to the right, breaking the tackle.
See, he's showing. Say, I did this. I kind of jumped to the side. Yeah, he's going to want to run that back tomorrow morning. They go watch tape of this.
His first rushing touchdown of the season. And here is the point after. It's actually blocked, and it looked like it might have been blocked by, well, one of those non-roster players, Myron.
Well, you know what? Like I said, I was out there earlier this week, and he had just convinced one of the soccer players to come out. And so, yeah, they may have convinced somebody. That's a nice move right there, though. Just a little jump to the side, gets into the end zone. Yeah, he'll brag about that. He'll talk about that on Monday. Well, school's out on Monday. I'd wait till Tuesday.
You're right. Again, Hammond's first touchdown run of the season. Last year, nearly 700 yards on the ground for the Blue Jays, who defeated Putnam City West last year 43-20. This is actually the Patriots' first game of the season. They had a bye in week 1, and the Blue Jays were on the road in Shawnee, shutting the Wolves out 33-0. But when you look at Putnam City West, Myron, over the last couple of years, they come in with a 24-game losing streak in Class 6A, the longest current losing streak. And I know it's extremely difficult to get kids out whenever you have a losing streak like that in high school. But again, if Craig Maynard can turn it around, then I think Putnam City West can actually do some good in the coming years.
Yeah, and like I say, you've got some young guys that are pretty good, athletes. They're freshmen, they're sophomores. If you can keep them in, get some other guys, kind of build up. Like I said, Putnam City, I think we saw with the strides they've made the last few years. They lost last week, but you can see they're better this season than they were 2 years ago.
Yep.
They're trying to do the same thing at Putnam West.
Here is the Ortho Central kickoff. It will be fielded by Gordon at the 3, running left across the 25, and is tripped up around the 27-yard line, and Putnam City West will take over, trying to recover after falling behind midway. Now we're a little bit more than midway through the first quarter. 20-0, the Blue Jays lead it here in the first quarter.
Gordon ran with a little bit more purpose at his other 2 kickoff returns. He was kind of waiting for the hole to develop. Looked like he came out that time determined to pick up a few more yards. Got up to the 27-yard line again. We'll see if they can find some of their better athletes a way to get them the ball within space to create some plays.
McCreary, the quarterback, now in the backfield with him. Keaton Stewart, a freshman. Shows you how young this team is, and here's the handoff on the end around to Gordon, and he is going to be swarmed under, nowhere to run, and he's going to lose about 4 yards. The first time they're able to get Gordon the ball, and they don't give him any blocking up front.
Yeah, and the play was just kind of off. Timing was off. He and the quarterback kind of bumped into each other, and that's a play that really needs to hit where he's coming around, he's going at full speed, and just the timing is off. And like I said, you're different quarterbacks. I mean, it's a work in progress.
Second down and 14 now for McCreary. And an offensive lineman moves that time. It'll be 5 more yards backwards for the Blue Jays, and I believe that is Caleb Harrod who moved early. So it'll be second down and long for the Patriots.
I will say this is good to see as many of the parents on the Putnam City West sideline showing up.
Very good turnout, yeah, including their band, cheerleaders, student section here. That's good to see. Here is McCreary's pass caught by Gordon. He gets good yardage back on second down, back near the original line of scrimmage. It'll still be third down and about 11 to go, but a good pass and catch by the Patriots.
Yeah, just ran a little digger out there, and then if you could have gotten by him, and I would say you're going to see more. Just get him the football, get some of your skill guys the ball, and see if they can make a play. If he gets by that one tackle, then he picks up maybe that first down.
It was a good open field tackle by Jackson Walters for the Blue Jays. Here's the third down play. McCreary chased out of the pocket again. Now has some time, gets a block, will tuck it under and run, and is chased out of bounds, I would say near the first down marker, but they're going to take him back to around the 33, so it'll be fourth down and about 5, maybe 6. And let's see what the Patriots do now. Looks like they're going to punt.
Yeah, he's about 4 yards short, 5 yards short.
Good decision, though. He had no one downfield open. Tuck it under and took off with it and was able to get good yardage back, but not enough for the first down. Blue Jays late getting someone on the field. Here is the kick fielded at the 40-yard line.
Nice wall over here.
Coming left is Walters, gets a block down the sideline, breaks the tackle at the 5, touchdown. There is a flag back near midfield, I believe. And it may be the substitution that Guthrie had on the kick.
Did they have too many? I didn't count. He ran on the field late.
Well, Jalen Harper was trying to get into the game and actually started running onto the field during the kick, and so I believe this is going to come back. The great run by Jackson Walters is coming back. Actually, it's holding, so it wasn't the substitution. It's holding on the return. And here is the return, and you're probably going to see the holding right in the middle of the screen. Yep.
Yeah, 23 was been held.
Yep.
Still nice run.
Josh DeMint was the one flagged for that holding. So now we have the football back in Guthrie territory for the first time tonight.
That's the first.
So the Blue Jays will take over on offense, first down and 10 at their 41-yard line. Hammonds with a touchdown run to his left. Calvert with a touchdown run tonight. And here is the handoff to Hammonds, right back up the middle, and gets maybe a yard on the carry. It'll bring up second down and 9 for the Blue Jays.
Okay, nice stop there. Gets about a yard. See if we can keep in third and long after this play.
20-0, the Blue Jays leading. They started the scoring on a fumble recovery, and Calvert looking over to Greg, or to make that to his offensive coordinator for the play. And here is the handoff to Hammonds. Back up the middle again. A good stop that time defensively by the Patriots. Silas Edwards on the stop for the Patriots, and it'll be 3rd down and long, 3rd down and 8 exactly. And this might be the first 3rd down the Blue Jays have had tonight.
Well, the last drive, remember they had 3rd and long.
3rd and long.
They threw the big pass down inside the 10. So this is another one of those situations. You got a chance to get off the field and maybe decent field position, depending on what kind of punter that Guthrie has.
3rd down, 8. Calvert to pass, looking right, and this ball is going to be picked off by the Patriots. Gordon with the interception, and they get a huge turnover near the end of the first quarter.
And that's why Baylor signed him. They said, we want you to pick off a few passes for us, and just made a nice play on the ball. It was double coverage he was throwing into, so that was going to be a tough pass to complete, a play to complete. And see Gordon just step in front, say, I got this.
Watson was the intended receiver, and yes, he was recruited by Baylor to be a defensive back, so he's going to go to the Bears to be a defensive back, and he showed his talent right there.
And I play for Dave Aranda. Baylor's had some DBs come out of there that have been pretty good. Hopefully he'll be the next one.
May get to play back in the state before Oklahoma heads to the SEC.
Yeah.
And definitely for OSU. And here's McCreary, and he's going to be tackled before he actually is able to throw that ball away. Sacked back at the, what is that, about the 17, 18-yard line. And here's the pursuit defensively, and there's the sack by the Blue Jays. Jackson Walters on the sack.
Yeah, you just want him just to go ahead and tuck the ball and take off. I mean, that's a huge loss when you're having trouble moving the football now. Now you're faced with 2nd and half the stadium. I mean,
There's the junior linebacker for the Blue Jays. Last week was 6 tackles against the Wolves. It is now 2nd down, 23. Under a minute to play, and now another flag as the play clock runs down to 0. It'll be a delay of game. Actually, I say delay of game, but looked like possibly illegal substitution. Actually, nonetheless, it's marked off. It's now 2nd down and 28.
hey, you're the play caller. What are you giving me?
I just want to get a couple yards back. Here is McCreary looking long, has the arm, and goes deep and overthrows Gordon. Gordon nicely covered by DeAndre Jones in the secondary, and it will be again a long situation for the Patriots. Nice coverage there in the secondary. Good arm by the sophomore quarterback. Looking for his playmaker down the left line.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one. Let's not fumble it and give them another easy score.
3rd down, 28 with 28 seconds left in the opening quarter from downtown Guthrie. The Blue Jays home opener of the 2021 season. Here is McCreary. Short pass out to Gordon. What can he do? Breaks one tackle, breaks another, gets down the sideline. Let's see his speed. Can he get away? And tackled from behind to save a touchdown at the 40-yard line. Jacob Barnell with the tackle to save the touchdown for the Blue Jays.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Get it to your playmaker. See if he can make a guy miss like he did right there. And then it becomes a foot race. And this is their best play of the night. Get the ball to your best players any way you can and see if they can make something happen for you. There's your 3rd and 28.
The first down of the game for the Patriots. A Homeland Grocery, or make that an Oklahoma Pain Management first down. And that will be the end of quarter number 1 from the Rock, where the Blue Jays have taken a huge first quarter lead, 20-0 over the Putnam City West Patriots. It is a beautiful night here in downtown Guthrie on the OCCC Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week, driven by GMC. We will have the second quarter. The Blue Jays up 20-0.
You're watching Oklahoma City Community College Friday Night Rivals live on CW34, presented by GMC.
Jack Damero, Myron Patton, Mark Rogers from Jelsma Stadium in downtown Guthrie, Oklahoma. At the Rock, Friday Night Rivals. Putnam City West with a first down. And here is the handoff to DeJuan Knight. And he gets a couple of yards to start the second quarter. It'll be second down and about 8, maybe 9. Coming off of a huge pass and catch by Corey Gordon.
Making a play, and like I said, they've got some playmakers. They've got some guys that can do some things in space. They don't have the numbers, they don't have the size, but you've got some guys that can make a few things happen for you, and you saw Gordon being one of those guys.
Second down, 9. Patriots from the 36. Here is McCrary being rushed, though. His pass is complete once again to Jordan. Near the 30-yard line. It'll be short of a first down by about 3. Brings up third down and short for the Patriots.
But that's makeable, you know, and again, that's if he can slip out of that tackle. I mean, I would think he's going to be pretty busy tonight. They've got some other guys they can go with that can maybe get some things done for them.
Good look at the 6'3" senior. 3 TD catches last year against the Blue Jays. Scored all 3 of their touchdowns in a 43-20 loss to Guthrie a year ago. Here is the third down play. McCreary over the middle. It is caught for first down. Nice catch by the Patriots. That'll be an Air National Guard first down. The Air National Guard, part-time blue, full-time U. Finally, we're starting to see Jamar McCreary do some good things at quarterback. He actually, when you have time, Myron, it makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah, you don't feel the pressure. The guys closing in on you. And getting a first down does wonders for you. It's kind of like it feeds on you. You get a little confidence in you. The line, the quarterback, the receivers. Kind of gives you a little confidence. They've got a little drive going here.
5 wideouts now, 3 to the far side, and here is the snap to McCreary. He will look downfield, tosses it as he's hit, and he throws it out of bounds. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Let's go down to the field to Mark Rogers. Mark, what do you have?
2 things, Jack. Really early in the ball game, there was a lot of violent collisions and quickness off the football from the Guthrie defensive line. They were back there causing massive problems for the Putnam West offense. But I think the advantage of playing 1 week last week is big for Guthrie. Putnam West was jittery early in the game, but it looks like they're settling down a little bit and having some more success keeping that Guthrie defensive line off of their quarterback.
And Mark, I would say that you also might want to check on Jamar McCreary because he looks like he was hit in the rib cage after that play. Looks like he is hurting after that last hit after that pass. So let's keep an eye on him. Here is the 2nd down play. Here's the handoff to Keaton Stewart around the left side, and he gains 5 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 5 for the Patriots, and that's probably the last thing you want from a Putnam City West side is McCreary to get hurt, although they do have Elijah James, their backup quarterback, who played some last season at quarterback. He is a senior. He's a running, different style quarterback than McCreary, so let's see. I'd like to make sure Jamar is all right because he does not look like he's all right.
Well, and Elijah James is another basketball player turned football player. He's been a varsity basketball player since his freshman year. Came to West to play basketball for Lenny Burt. Took up football late. He's done pretty good.
Here's the 3rd down play. Pass over the middle, and actually the play, Putnam City West calls timeout right before that snap. And so Craig Maynard uses his 2nd timeout of the half. He had Corey Gordon wide open, and you see the frustration in the head coach when he called the timeout. All right, let's take a break. We are in Guthrie. The Blue Jays up 20-0. Welcome back to Guthrie. The Patriots on a 3rd down and 6 play. And here is McCreary, and he is looking toward the end zone, but he is going to overthrow his intended receiver. That was Corey Gordon in the end zone. And Myron, I would think within the red zone, although you're just a yard within the red zone, you probably keep it in the quarterback's hands and go for it.
Yeah. I mean, first of all, I don't know how good your kicker is. Kickers in high school sometimes kind of iffy, but yeah, you go for it here and see if you can make something happen. Get to one of your playmakers and see if you can pick up this 1st down. What they've done, they've started to really spread out Guthrie. Some 4 and 5 wideouts, and they've been able to make some plays. Again, creating some space for their playmakers.
5 wideouts after McCreary moves Stewart out. And here is the pass toward the end zone looking for Gordon. And is he going to get a flag? Yes, he is. A pass interference is going to be called against the Blue Jays. And it will give the Patriots a 1st down.
Yeah, that was a pretty easy call there.
Zach Henry will be called for pass interference on Corey Gordon.
Yep, right there.
Hanging all over him in the end zone, yes. Not even a chance.
And he would have had a chance to catch that without that interference call.
What do they say for DBs? Look back, he did, but it was after he had already been holding Gordon all the way into the end zone. So after the penalty, it'll take the football down to the 9-yard line. So first down and goal for Putnam City West. 2 in the backfield. Here's the handoff to Knight. Looking for space to run. Caught behind the line of scrimmage and is going to be tackled for a loss. Back to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. So the Patriots go backwards after that Air National Guard first down. It'll be now second down and goal back at the 11.
Here's where things get a little bit tougher. You don't have as much field to work with. The end zone kind of in line, it kind of acts as another defender. A little bit more difficult to kind of spread people out. But you got 4 chances, now 3 chances, in my opinion, to get to the end zone.
Landon Herzl right there on the stop. We've called his name several times already tonight. Defensive end for the Jays. Here is McCrary looking over the middle, and he underthrows his receiver. He was looking for Aaron Edwards. And it'll bring up now third down and goal back at the 11 once again.
Yeah, a little bit behind him there on that throw. And so if you got something special you haven't shown, you might use it here. Be it reverse or...
You saw McCreary over with his offensive coordinator, Matt Edmonds, out of Edmond, Oklahoma. There's the head coach for Putnam City West right there in the middle of your screen, Craig Maynard. Here is McCreary on third down, and his pass is going to be batted up into the air, and it is intercepted by the Blue Jays.
Well, he had him open too over there with some room to perhaps get to the end zone if he could have got it to him.
Was this Chris Shaputis? Yes. Shaputis on the interception, number 45 for the Blue Jays. And knocking it up into the air was Jackson Walters, the linebacker. What a great play by Walters.
Yeah.
And the interception by Shaputis.
Big time play.
So the Blue Jays now take over after Putnam City West had a chance to put it into the end zone.
And he had some room to operate if he got in that pass to him. He probably would have scored.
Here is Hayden Calvert. He will hand off to Hammonds, coming right. Leaps over one tackler and is tackled out at the 30-yard line for a first down. An Air National Guard first down. The Air National Guard, part-time blue, full-time U. Watch him leap over Gordon.
Yeah.
I know you're a great athlete, Corey, but I'm just going to hurdle over you.
Well, man, it's the basketball player says, we still got to get a little more football in you.
First down and 10, Blue Jays. Using a lot of that play clock down to 5 seconds. Here is Calvert, little swing pass out to Hammonds, and it's incomplete. And it'll bring up second down and 10. We know they can run the football, Myron, but passing so far, only a couple of completions so far for Calvert.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is maybe you're working on a few things because, yeah, that offensive line, I think they can pretty much just run the ball behind them, and they can create some running lanes, some big running lanes. They don't really feel the pressure right now. 3 touchdowns here midway through the second quarter.
Calvert, a good-looking sophomore, played a little bit last year as a freshman. He will carry the ball, tries to break a tackle, but a good open field shirt tackle by DeJuan Knight for the Patriots, a gain of about 3 yards. It'll be third down and now 7 for the Blue Jays. Calvert last year, again, as a freshman, played sparingly for the Blue Jays, who were one of the top teams in their district. Although when you say that, 3 or 4 is probably is a pretty good way to finish in that district, considering who's at the top.
Okay, it's a big down for both teams.
Here is Calvert Looking downfield, his pass is caught. A first down for the Blue Jays. His pass is caught by Jalen Harper across the 40 to the 43-yard line. It's an Air National Guard first down for the Blue Jays. And they move the chains with under 7 minutes to play in half number 1, up 20-0.
Nice pass. Had to get it over a guy and put some heat on it.
Last week, as I said earlier, 8 of 13, 100 yards through the air. A couple of touchdowns through the air. Here is his handoff to Hammonds. Right back up the middle. Runs over a couple of players. Close to the first down marker. Let's see where they mark it. Almost even with you and I, Myron, up here. And they are going to give him the first down just shy of the 45-yard line. So another Air National Guard first down. Good little cutback by Hammonds, and then cuts it back to the right. And again, runs over a couple of players for the first down.
He's having a good night. Good night. Scored the touchdown earlier where he had a little jump to the side and picks up some tough yards there to move the chains.
And now a flag is thrown, and Putnam City is going to be across the line. That is going to be an offsides against the Patriots. Jaden Saylor jumping early. So instead of first down and 10, makes it first down and short. Now you really have any kind of option you want on first down and short near the 40-yard line when your offense has already been controlling the line of scrimmage. Calvert will pass it, and it is almost picked off again by Gordon. This time he could not hold on to it, and it brings up second down and 5.
Yeah, the pass is behind his intended target. Gordon thinks I should have had that.
He was looking for Tyron Eaton. Last week led this team in receptions and yardage, 5 catches, 67 yards, a couple of touchdowns. He's to the near side, the bottom of your screen, or second to the bottom. Here is the handoff to Hammonds, and he is tripped up at the line of scrimmage, falls forward to the 40, a gain of 1. And it will be third down and now 4 for the Blue Jays as their drive here has kind of stalled a little bit.
Yeah, it has. They were first and 5, and they picked up a yard since. I kind of feel they will, unless they lose yards, they'll probably go for it. They feel that confidence in their offensive line.
And you would think a pretty strong wind out of the south, so you would be cooking into a pretty good breeze. This stadium sits north-south. Here is Calvert. He calls his own number.
It's close.
And gets very close to the first down, depending on which referee you're going to look at, and they're going to say he's about a half yard short, maybe even a yard short. It'll be fourth down, and I would actually call this a long yard, Myron.
Yeah, he's going to go for that, though.
This is an easy call, I believe, for your offense when you've been moving the ball for the most part. Under 5 minutes to play in the half. Fourth down and 1. The handoff to Hammonds. Gets the first down and more. Down to the 31-yard line. An Oklahoma Air National Guard first down for the Blue Jays, and they move the chains. Good blocking up front by that big senior offensive line, all 5 of them seniors.
Yeah, he's a good 3 yards before he even gets touched. Maybe 4 yards in.
Led by big number 77, Blake Schwartz, the center. 6'4", 315 pounds by big number 77. I'd run behind him any day.
Heck, you can't find anybody behind him so big.
Here's the first down play. Back to Hammonds and back up the middle. Gets some room on the outside, and a nice tackle by Corey Gordon, keeping him short of a first down. It's a 9-yard gain. Actually, they may give him the first down. Hammonds coming right at you. And a good tackle right there by Gordon. And they're going to give him a 10-yard gain, so it will be an Air National Guard first down.
He's good at sidestepping some tackles. Even though he got brought down there, he picked up a few extra yards just by making the guy miss.
Our referee, Rick Smith, wanted the clock to run. Under 4 minutes to play. Another handoff to Hammonds, following a big guard right up the right side. Breaks a tackle, dives to the end zone. Does he get in? No, they're going to say he is a half-yard short.
What do you want to bet he gets the next carry? I thought he might have gotten in.
Here is the end of it. Let's see how close he is to the goal line. What a great angle, and that ball, the ball lands right on the grass, just a half-yard short. Here is Hammonds again, right back up the middle, and actually, what happened? Did he get in? Yes, he got in, touchdown.
Yeah, he earned that.
Stopped, yeah.
He did kind of stop there, I guess, but he earned that touchdown, that drive.
He was the workhorse.
Yes.
Here is another look at Hammonds getting a second touchdown run of the night on a Homeland Grocery touchdown. Homeland Grocery, your homegrown advantage. 26-0. Here is Villiva. Getting a good look at the baseball field, and now a flag is thrown. Offsides against the Patriots. And this may have been Silas Edwards again. One of the most unique stadiums in all of high school sports, Jelsma Stadium. As Mark talked about in the pregame, built back in 1936. Myron, can you guess how much they paid to build this stadium?
1936. There's a lot of rock here.
Yeah, there is a lot of rock.
I don't think that's.
So probably your cost would be into labor, of course.
Yeah.
Very labor intensive.
I don't know what was he had to dig down deep, dig a hole.
We got to take a break. We're in Guthrie. The Blue Jays up 27-0. Welcome back to the OCCC Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week, driven by GMC. Jack Damero, Myron Patton, Mark Rogers with us tonight. Glad to have Mark along. I don't think there's anyone that knows high school sports besides you, Mark Rogers.
Mark's still magazine.
He is. Here's the kickoff for the Blue Jays. This is the Ortho Central kickoff. Good kick into a strong south wind, taken at the 10-yard line. And here is Stewart, still on his feet, and gets across to the 26-yard line. Stay tuned for the Wade's RV halftime report. We'll showcase this week's McIntyre Law Scholar athletes and have a conversation with our participating school administrators, plus Thursday night lights and Friday night rival highlights from across the country. All of that, including first half highlights and more, coming up on the Wade's RV halftime report.
Tell me about the stadium. How much money did it cost?
Yeah, so going back, Jelsma Stadium, my research, I might be wrong, but you can find anything out on the internet. I would say I found $42,500 to build this.
That's a lot of money in 1936.
Yeah, named after Lawrence Jelsma, a prominent person in the Guthrie area who never got to see the first kickoff here in the stadium named after him. He passed away, unfortunately, before it opened up. Here's a long pass down the field, intercepted by Guthrie.
Good coverage there.
Zach Henry with the INT. And they continue the Oskies in 2021, their 5th interception of the season. 3 last week. And here is the interception again by Zach Henry. Underthrown.
A little bit underthrown. This is where you like to see your receiver turn around and be a defensive back, just keep him from catching that. But, yeah, they had 3 takeaways last week. They've got 2 tonight.
And with 3:13 left to go in the half, Myron, the Blue Jays have a chance to put it back in the end zone.
And Putnam West defense, they kind of stabilized a little bit. That last drive, they drove down the field. But after that first quarter, it looked like they were going to really get blown out big time. Let's see what they do here.
A flag is thrown, and that's going to come back. I believe they're going to get an illegal block on Tyron Eaton.
Flags everywhere.
Last week, opening week, if you remember, we had a lot of tissues on the ground. The 3.5 hour long matinee took forever because of the number of penalties. Tonight, not as many.
No.
I will tell you, let's go back to the stadium a little bit. It was renovated early 2000s for $3 million. So, yeah,
okay.
So there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. One of the most unique ones where you're looking at the rock wall. Here is the handoff to Hammonds, and he's going nowhere. It'll be second down and maybe he got a yard. Second down and 22, second down 21. I've never seen a baseball game here, Myron. Me being a former baseball guy, I'd like to see how the outfield is played. Maybe Mark Rogers knows if they put a wall up in the center field. I'm not really sure.
Well, the goalpost got to go for sure. I'm sure they utilize their space well.
Here's a second down play. Pass over the middle. It is caught. Out to midfield goes Carson Wilder.
And
it's going to be close to a first down. They're going to give him the first down. Here's the Air National Guard first down look.
maybe my eyes off where that official standing, where the ball is. It's a little bit off to me, but, man, I mean, I'm not the...
You're right. It was about a yard. It was, yeah, they moved it back a little bit, didn't they?
Yeah.
Here's the first down play. Hand off to Hammonds, left side. Breaks a tackle, cuts it back right,
goes.
back up the middle. He's got some room. To the 20, down to the 10. Touchdown, Blue Jays.
Did I say he's having a big night?
A 48-yard touchdown run by Isaiah Hammonds. It is a Homeland Grocery touchdown right before the half, 33-0 Blue Jays. What a cutback by Hammonds, and then he breaks it out into the open in the middle of the field and just outruns the defense for the touchdown.
Puts the ball in the right hand, everything else on the way to the end zone, and his third touchdown of the night. And yes, he will be heavily in the highlight package tonight. He's a good-looking running back. They've had a few here.
Here's the point after. And it is good. Stay tuned in the fourth quarter as we will select the OCCC play of the game. And, Myron, I think we have several of them. OCCC, college is great. Crushing debt is not. And so far, that could be a highlight. The fumble recovery to start the scoring could be a highlight.
Yeah. Our first two games, running backs have starred, man. Last week it's Luke Rao for Enid.
Yeah.
Hammond tonight.
And at the conclusion of tonight's game, we will select the GMC player of the game. And I think you maybe early on in our voting, I think you were looking at him just a second ago. Number 30, big Isaiah Hammonds, and only a junior for the Blue Jays.
Well, they've thoroughly controlled the game. Putnam City West kind of got some things going. That interception really kind of took the starch out, where not that you thought they were going to come back and just really dominate the game, but that really was a momentum changer there. They had some things going offensively. They kind of slowed up Guthrie offensively. But that Guthrie's defense took it right back with that interception deep. in their own territory.
So here is the Ortho Central kickoff for Guthrie. Corey Gordon will be the deep man for the Patriots, and this will be fielded by the up man. I believe this is Stewart. And he gets some room out across the 40, and a nice tackle made at the 43-yard line. And Putnam City will actually have good territory to start with under 2 minutes to play and needing some type of score.
Nice return. Again, there's some players here or there. You know, think about football, you need a lot of good players to have a really good team. This is a building process. But they've got some talent. Think about Putnam City West, much like Putnam City North. Hey, they've had some winning and some good players in the past. It's not like they've never done it before.
Stay tuned for the Wade's RV halftime report. Again, we'll showcase this week's McIntyre Law Scholar athletes and have a conversation with some of our participating school administrators. Plus, you'll see highlights from across the country. Here is the first down play for the Patriots, and play still going on, and actually now it's whistled. No gain, second down and 10. Keaton Stewart on the carry for the Patriots. Well, one thing is for sure, Myron, that the Patriots need to put some points on the board. Last year did not score very many points, outmatched in most of their games. They only played 8 games because of COVID. Took some time off during the season, obviously, with the games that are canceled, and really tough situation for a coach who was only in his second season, and from week to week with a young team, you don't know if you're going to play or not. Here's a good carry, this time by McCreary, back up the middle for a first down. This is going to be an Air National Guard first down.
That's good ball handling by him. He faked everybody out. He was able to get that first down. But, yeah, it's, like I said, they've had some COVID issues this year with some players having to step away. And like I said, I think they got like 37 players out when I was out there the other day. I mean, I don't know. I'm looking at Guthrie. They got more than 37 on the sidelines right now.
Yeah, exactly. And when I got the roster for PC West, I looked at it, I'm like, I had to count because it's just not very many players, and it's not something you see every day. Here is the pass, and almost picked off again by the Blue Jays. It'll be second down and 10 with 12 seconds to play. Zach Henry already one interception. There you get a good look at the junior strong safety, 6'1", 165. Had an interception last week.
Well, Guthrie definitely plans on being in the mix in 5A this year. Obviously Carl Albert going for number 6. They got a new coach in Mike Dunn, who's very familiar with the program, and the usual suspects. They'll be competing. They expect to be there competing for a state championship.
Here's McCrary, and he has no time to do anything with the ball. In fact, it seemed to me Landon Herzl was in the backfield before McCrary even got the ball. And that will end the first half as the Blue Jays dominate the Putnam City West Patriots in the first half, leading by a score of 34-0. And we will hear from the head coach of Guthrie here in just a second. And I believe Mark Rogers is with the head coach. Mark, take it away.
All right, halftime here, Kelly Beebe. First half, 6 quarters, no points against you guys. You got to be happy with the way your defense is playing.
Yeah, we got to clean some things up. We've been out of our pass rush lanes a little bit. The quarterback is pretty elusive, throws the ball pretty tight. And of course, they got the big-time receiver in the Gordon kid. So he demands, double coverage quite a bit and leaves some holes, and they're finding them. But pass rush has been pretty good. They haven't been able to run the ball, so it gives us a chance.
Did you teach Hammonds those moves?
No, good Lord gave Hammonds those moves.
Yeah, he's very good. Thanks, Coach. Best of luck in the second half. All right, guys, I got a note for you. Baseball field in the summer for Legion games at times, no fence. For Guthrie High School games, chain link fence.
All right, that is good to know. So you hit it in the outfield, you just let it run and run as fast as you can around the bases. All right, we are at halftime here.
Inside the park home?
inside the park, exactly. A huge park. And we are at halftime here in downtown Guthrie. The Blue Jays leading the Patriots 34-0. We will have the Wade's RV halftime report coming up right after this. Does most of it.
You're watching Friday Night Rivals. Now, time for the Wade's RV halftime report.
Thank you for watching Friday Night Rivals. I'm Noble McIntyre of McIntyre Law. If you're wondering why I'm wearing my Burns Flat Eagles High School jersey, it's because I'm here to introduce this week's Scholar Athletes.
Guthrie's Scholar Athlete is Dawson Sally.
Guthrie's Dawson Sally is an easy choice for Scholar Athlete of the Week. Cross country is his sport, but he's not running from the academics either, where straight A's and then some is what he's doing with a 4.41 GPA. AP Scholar, National Honor Society, and pre-engineering student who finds time to tutor first, second, and third graders, while also being a state qualifier and cross country and track. He's a busy guy with the heart to endure sport like cross country.
Endurance and the heat go hand in hand. The heat really makes the endurance a crucial part, but mental's the biggest part of running. I mean, even practice, it's a mental game, really all of it.
Does any of that translate to academic side of things?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just the work ethic that it takes to be good at cross country, that definitely translates over to school, because I mean, most of school is if you put in the work, you'll be good. And so that definitely, especially for cross country, I consider it one of the more mentally challenging sports.
Putnam City West Scholar Athlete is Elijah James.
Elijah James of Putnam City West is this week's Scholar Athlete of the Week. It's September, so he can be found with a football in his hand. But in a few months, the bright lights will shine for the quarterback/safety when he's got a basketball to perform with. He's been a varsity player since his freshman season and is excelling in football despite this being his first season. The grades are there with a 3.8 GPA, National Honor Society, top 10 of his senior class, who can give instruction to the youth as well as take it from his coaches. He's the full package.
What makes me a good athlete is just my determination and the hard work that I put in every day, and don't stop and just grind it every day.
How do you maintain the, discipline to do your homework and get your studies done?
You just got to just maintain it. Schoolwork comes first. That's how you become great, schoolwork, and then sports is the second thing that comes.
If you could have any job when you get done with high school, college, or whatever, what would that be? What do you want to do with your life?
Well, I want to go to college to study software engineering You know, I really like technology, and that's what something I want to do when I grow up. I'm really interested in doing it, and that's something that I like to do.
Congratulations to you both. And remember, all Scholar athletes have a chance to win a $5,000 scholarship. It's all brought to you by Friday Night Rivals on CW34.
Halftime report. The Blue Jays lead the Patriots here 34-0. We're back with more of the Wade's RV halftime report right after this.
Yeah, I think no matter what they put on the floor this year, they're probably going to win 25 games. That way they don't have to worry about losing their pick. And then, they've got Atlanta's pick. As long as they don't make the playoffs, they get.
You're watching Friday Night Rivals. Now, time for the Wade's RV halftime report.
We are at halftime here at Jelsma Stadium in downtown Guthrie, Oklahoma. The Blue Jays leading 34-0. Let's go downstairs to Mark Rogers. Mark.
Thanks, Jack. We're here with Lenny Burt, the Putnam City West athletic director, basketball legend. We're talking a little hoops here. You got to be proud with the way things are going at Putnam West. We see your athletes on television a lot in the collegiate ranks, and we got one here tonight that's committed to play some college football and basketball.
It's Corey Gordon. He's going to Baylor. He's already committed to go to Baylor University. Also a dual sport athlete. Well, tri-sport athlete with football, basketball, and track. So happy to have him there. Hopefully get the ball in his hands a little bit more. I was wish he was able to take that one in. He got caught, though. So
he's looked good tonight. And you guys, it's a young team, and it's a program that's building back, and so you guys trying to have some patience and get a better product on the field.
Definitely. We got, like I told you earlier off the camera, we'd have 3 freshmen that's starting. So we're kind of in a situation, got a young quarterback that's a sophomore, and if we can get the ball to our skilled players a little bit more, Corey Gordon, Damone Miller, Elijah James, and I think we'll be able to get more happening. But kind of stumbled in. We probably should have scored, make it 20-7, but it was struggle, and now we find ourselves behind the 8 ball. Trying to turn it around a little bit this year. Looking for some positivity just to be competitive and see if we can build off with the young guys we got, and hopefully the older skilled guys can help us.
Yeah, continue to do great work with the basketball team, Lenny. We appreciate your help. Coach of the Year in Oklahoma City. 11 years now, Wes?
This is my 12th, 4th year as athletic director, and we got some great things going on. New arena that's being built right now, basketball. It'll be finished in February 2022. So
nice football facility too. Thanks, Lenny. Great to see you, man. All right, take care. Let's welcome in Mike Simpson, another basketball legend here, who is the superintendent at Guthrie. And what a place, Mike. This facility is just fabulous.
Does it get better than the Rock on a Friday night? Not at all. And it's perfect Friday night, great weather. Got our band getting ready to play. Like what's on the scoreboard right now. But we're just happy to be playing football because of all the things we've been through and what our kids have been through, what our families have been through across the state and across the nation. this is great tonight.
Yeah, it absolutely is, and it's an unbelievable small-town atmosphere here. I had a hamburger across the street. It's pretty good. I'm going to come back when they're serving pork chops in a couple of weeks. And great turnout here, great enthusiasm for the student section, so you have to be happy with what's going on at Guthrie Public Schools.
Our Blue Jays turn out, and that's one of the great things about this community. We're close to the metro area, but we still feel like a small town. And when you come out on Friday night, you come to the best facility in the nation for high school football, and it feels like Americana at its best. And now we got great weather, and everything's great tonight.
It's awesome. Mike, always good to see you. We appreciate it.
Thanks so much, Mark. Appreciate you guys being here.
You bet. Appreciate your time. Let's go back upstairs to Jack and Myron.
All right, thank you, Mark. Hey, with your contacts, I'll take a hamburger as well. My stomach needs it right now. We're at halftime, the Wade's RV halftime report. The Blue Jays leading 34-0. We're back in a moment.
And he's getting better at it. This is a much better high hanging kick. Garcia, spin move. Coming to the other side. Can he pick up some blocks? He does. Garcia, chance to tackle. To the other side. It's hard to take down Gavin Garcia. He wheels it in for a Tiger touchdown.
Owens, being rushed. Stays on his feet and brought down by Lichtenberger.
Clear it out up the far side, looking for Guthrie. He's got him at the 40, complete to the 38-yard line.
Osborne to the air, and he's got a receiver out there, and it is complete.
They're going to throw. Now he's going to run. Evans has the 20. Evans is going to score. Touchdown.
And the southpaw escapes. Bernari, some space there on the outside, dumps it off. It's juggled and caught for the touchdown.
Racy gets hit immediately, but breaks the tackle. And he has a room. He has room down the sideline. It's one man to beat. He's been coming back. Oh my goodness, what fancy footwork. That is going to be a touchdown. Camden, touchdown for Trey Racy. What a play at the end.
Some great moments from across the country last week on Friday Night Rivals and Thursday Night Lights. Jack Damrell, Myron Patton back at Jelsma Stadium in Guthrie. Myron, the first half dominated by the Blue Jays, dominated by Isaiah Hammonds. 3 touchdowns for Hammonds.
Yeah, he's a pretty special back. They've had a few good players up here, your Costellas and Cantrell brothers and people like that, and he looks like he's trying to put his name there. He's only a junior, but he's had a big night for them. Really, Guthrie is the big offensive line. They've dominated things from the line of scrimmage. Putnam West has had some moments, getting the ball to some of their playmakers, but not enough. They'll need to do that in the second half. They want to kind of get some scores on the board to build momentum for the rest of the season.
Let's look at some of the first half highlights, as it was pretty much all Blue Jays. Here's the first touchdown, the fumble by McCreary, picked up by Guthrie, making it 7-0. And then here is the quarterback, Calvert, right back up the middle. And then they hand off to Hammonds, the first of 3 touchdown runs by big number 30 as he gets to the corner of the end zone. Here is number 2, right back up the middle again. And then here is the third touchdown run, probably the best one of the night, as he broke it open in the middle, made a little move to the right, and gets into the end zone. Again, Isaiah Hammonds, 3 touchdowns tonight, and the Blue Jays up 34-0. This is the Wade's RV halftime report. We'll return to downtown Guthrie in a moment. Break before the third. Welcome back to Guthrie, Oklahoma on the OCCC Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week. The Blue Jays in control of this one, 34-0, as both teams are making their way back out onto the field. And Myron, you have to get some type of offense. You had one offensive drive for PC West that kind of faltered there whenever they did have that one drive after the Gordon catch. Got to get something going early here in the second half.
Yeah, and because, again, you're building a program for Putnam West. You know, you're trying to build something for the rest of this season, for the future. They've got a lot of young kids that are playing. Their best players are young, very few seniors. So, yeah, some kind of success, get some points on the board, and their best plays, and when they've got it to their, you know, they've got some pretty good skill guys, running backs, receivers, things of that nature. To build some confidence going for the rest of the season is what you'll do. You know, Guthrie, I would suspect they'll probably start playing some of their reserves here in the second half. And, you know, one thing we haven't seen this week, and I don't know, looks like it's not as hot as it was last week. We haven't seen a lot of cramping like we did last week. Right. So that's good to see. So, no, if you're PC West, you want to get some things going offensively the second half, something to build on for the next week and the coming weeks.
Yeah, with the sun down now, I'm sure it feels pretty good down on the field. A little bit of breeze, but again, Putnam City West has to get something going, and I believe Mark Rogers is with the head coach of the Patriots, Craig Maynard. Mark, Take it away.
Coach, early on you guys lost the field position battle, kind of got pinned back, but after that it looked like your team settled down a little.
Settled into the game, having a young sophomore quarterback. He's kind of growing up in front of our eyes. We've made mistakes and shot ourselves in the foot with a couple of delayed games. We got to clean it up in the second half.
It did look like you guys started to compete a little bit better on the line, and you're giving away a lot of size and weight in there.
Yeah, we're definitely undersized in the sense of they got 80 pounds across the line on us. But like I say, sophomore quarterback, sophomore line, and we're not making any excuses, but we got to step up and grow up tonight.
Best of luck in the second half. Thanks, Coach Maynard.
Thank you.
All right, you bet.
All right, thank you very much, Mark. 34-0, and the Patriots will kick it off to start the second half. A big weekend of football here in Oklahoma started last night with the Norman North clash down in Norman. Of course, all across Oklahoma, big game up in the Tulsa area tonight. And, of course, Oklahoma now hosting Tulane at Myron tomorrow at Owen Field in an unexpected home game for the Sooners, and a big upset tonight in college football.
Yeah, with Virginia Tech getting knocked off, and this is high school kind of gets everything on the way Thursday, and then Friday leading to the college stuff. Oklahoma and Oklahoma State both at home tomorrow. Oklahoma got the 11 a.m. game. Oklahoma State's got the 6 o'clock game against Missouri State, and so it's part of a big football weekend. NFL starts Thursday. It's football season. And we're not totally out of the woods with COVID and everything else. Like I said, Putnam West has lost some players, but we're better than we were last year still. We've still got some things to work through, but we're making our way back, hopefully.
We are proud of our sponsors on Friday Night Rivals, including OCCC, and earlier before the ball game, we had to speak with those from OCCC.
We're here with Royce Liston, who is the coordinator of recruitment and admissions at OCCC. And what does it mean to OCCC to be a part of this great program here at Friday Night Rivals?
It means that we get to inform people about the most affordable college in the state of Oklahoma, and likewise support our student athletes.
Who can be a student at OCCC? Really, the range is anyone from high school all the way to adults.
That's right. Anyone who can go online at www.occc.edu, fill out an application, can become a student with us.
What are the main degree programs or some of the degree programs that you feature?
Probably our flagships would be our registered nursing, which is #1 in the state, our digital cinema, which is #1 in this part of the United States, and our automotive, which is a earn while you learn while you go to school with us.
Thanks, Royce, for making such a difference and being a part of Friday Night Rivals.
And every week, OCCC presents the home team with a $500 check. Tonight it goes to Guthrie High School, our host tonight. Great host for high school football in a great environment with a great team, leading 34-0, and a lot of fans here filling Gelsma Stadium, on both sides. Good fans for Guthrie, and a good attendance tonight for Putnam City West.
Yeah, it's a good environment. It really is. Fans having a good time, and Guthrie fans here. But you're right. Putnam City West has done a really good job bringing their fans, their parents, and to watch their kids play, and that's part of building a program as well. When kids have support from the parents, it keeps them from quitting and lets them know that they got people behind them. So, they like to play better, but you keep convincing them that better days are ahead. You keep working, and so it's good to see Putnam City West bring the band, bring the family, bring the parents, and this is all part of building a program for the future.
And the band even performed here for their fans as well, the Putnam City West Band. So both bands performing here at halftime. Again, the Patriots will kick off, actually their first kickoff of the night, and it's there you see it by one of their most recent players, I would say signed, but obviously this is high school.
Looks pretty
a non-roster player, I should say, when we were given the rosters. And here is the left-footed soccer-style kicker down to the 10-yard line on the Ortho Central kickoff. Ortho Central, it's in our bones to take care of yours, and the Blue Jays will begin the second half, up 34-0 with the football. It'll be first down and 10. The line of scrimmage will be the 28-yard line.
Well, like I said, I was out there earlier this week, and Coach Maynard was talking to some soccer guys. He convinced them to come out, and he's getting some equipment for them. I don't know if that was one of the kickers or not, but soccer, kicking a football, kicking a ball.
Being the soccer guy that I am, as you well know, in fact, I'll be in Houston on Sunday for a game. Kicking a football and a soccer ball, a little bit different.
Yeah, I would think so. But
here is the first play from scrimmage in the second half, and of course it goes to Hammonds, and he gets back at the middle. And coming off to the field, by the way, after that kickoff was defensive end Landon Herzl. We've called his name several times in the first half, and he is being helped to the sideline by the trainers. That does not look good. It looks like it could be a lower leg injury. There you see it. Can't even put any pressure on that. That would be a big loss for the Blue Jays if they lost Herzl.
Yeah, in a game like this, you don't want to get anybody hurt when you're winning by such a large margin.
Second down handoff goes to Hammonds. He will get a first down. It is an Oklahoma pain management first down. 3 touchdown night so far for big number 30.
Probably a heavy dose of running here in the second half for Guthrie. Keep doing it till they stop you. Keep the clock moving.
From the 38. Here is Calvert. Hands off to Hammonds. Breaks one tackle. Gets to the outside. Gets a block. Has some room across midfield. And cannot break the second tackle down at the 40-yard line. Elijah James, our Scholar Athlete of the Week from PC West, makes the tackle. It is another Oklahoma pain management first down. I liked your feature at halftime on Elijah James. Hasn't played football very long at all. The basketball player now turned football. Great story.
Yeah, and he's a good athlete, and that's a touchdown-saving tackle. Because he doesn't make that, then Hammond's in the end zone for his fourth score tonight.
Here is Calvert. He's going to pass over the middle. Has the receiver open at the 5. Touchdown, Blue Jays. DeAndre Jones with the touchdown reception.
Got one-on-one on the outside and just go to the post. Got more than a few steps on his man. Touchdown.
38-yard touchdown reception from Calvert to Jones. Jones' first touchdown reception of the season. It is now 40-0. Great view of the Rock here in Guthrie. The point after attempt is up, and it is no good. Second PAT missed, and when you get deep in the playoffs, Myron, PATs come to play a factor.
Sure. And that gets in the mind of a play caller. You know, you start going for 2, and you know, can you kick a field goal? Do you go for it? Yeah, that could be the difference between winning and losing a game in the playoffs, no doubt.
Beating a team like Carl Albert.
Yeah.
Here's the pass completion again from Calvert to DeAndre Jones.
Yes.
Let's go downstairs to Mark Rogers. Grant Boomer Barnes, as well as Caleb Herod. Just another sophomore, number 50 right there. So he does have some young talent, Craig Maynard does, to grow and develop over the next couple of years. I suspect that they'll turn the fortunes here over time, next year, year after that, when they get some players into his system and where they finally learn what he wants, get some off-season program going, summer program, and develop some of these young players.
Yeah.
And like we said, this is Putnam City West's first game of the season. Then they start the inter-school, inter-district games next week with Putnam City and then Putnam North, and they host both of those at Putnam City West. So, again, the Putnam City schools have their own stadium, so they don't have to play at Putnam City High School anymore, so PC West has their own stadium. Here is the pass up into the air, short, intended for Corey Gordon. And
a lot of contact there. That's what Gordon says.
Gordon wants a flag, and I would not blame him because DeAndre Jones was all over him. Yeah, let's look at it again.
Okay, there's
a little bit of hold. Yeah, while the ball's in the air, and Jones not even making a play on the ball, and he's going to get away with one on that one. 3rd down and 17 for Putnam City West. And like you said in your report, or in Mark's halftime report with Lenny Burt, they're doing some more renovations at Putnam City West, getting some better facilities out there, and having facilities where players or kids want to play is a big deal in high school sports now.
Yeah, get a new arena for basketball.
Here is the handoff, and that is going for no gain, actually loss of a couple of yards. Let's go downstairs to Mark Rogers. Mark.
All right, I'm with Conrad Kraft. He's a senior here at Guthrie High School, and he just knocked out those 47 push-ups, and he said his form was excellent up there. You're done for the night, right? You don't have to do any more?
Yes, I'm done for the night so far.
That was a pretty impressive effort, I got to tell you. The seniors have the burden of doing the most, so there's a couple other guys there that are pretty nervous because that point total, we got a whole another 12 minutes and then 44 more seconds.
Yes, sir. I'm feeling pretty bad for my friends over there.
Well, why is he done? I mean, if they score again.
You guys, it's a great way to support the school. Student section here is outstanding tonight. Do you really feel the school spirit with everyone here at Guthrie High?
Yeah, our school spirit can't be matched. We're the best.
All right, Conrad, get some rest, man. Get some water in there. These gunned up guys.
Excellent, Mark. Thank you. And here is Michael Ford, who is in at quarterback, and Guthrie takes over after that play. 47-0 leading with just a few seconds left to go in the third quarter.
So is he handing off to the juniors and sophomores or what? I mean, if they score again, he doesn't have to do any more push-ups?
Student ROTC section busy tonight.
How about some sit-ups? Some 40-yard sprints.
The Blue Jays take over. Here is Calvert and his handoff around the left side. A nice stiff arm at the 40-yard line and down to the 29-yard line.
That's almost Derrick Henry's stiff arm there for the Titans, man. That's pretty good stuff.
Xavier Williams on the carry for the Blue Jays.
He said, sit down.
His first carry of the night. And that will end the third quarter here in Guthrie. The Blue Jays in control on the OCCC Friday Night Rivals game of the week. We'll return for the fourth quarter from Guthrie right after this.
You're watching Oklahoma City Community College Friday Night Rivals live on CW34, presented by GMC.
Jack Damerl, Myron Patton, Mark Rogers back in Guthrie at Jelsma Stadium. Some of the sights and sounds of Friday Night Rivals on the CW34, Putnam City West Band. Some of the shots by our great production crew and cameramen.
They're having a good time. That's good. Band, fans.
Yeah. Very festive atmosphere here. Is Williams on the carry to start the fourth quarter with some speed around the right side down to the 15 to the 13-yard line goes Xavier Williams. And that is a first down, an Air National Guard first down.
Well, he's running with some purpose there, like he had somewhere to get to. Just like, Coach, if you need another back, you put me in. I'll get it done. And these are important snaps for these young guys. I mean, you got your reserves in there. This is important snaps for them to show that injury or looking to the future. Yeah.
Williams only a sophomore.
Well, there he is.
And here's the handoff again, getting a dose of Xavier Williams.
Low at the shoulder. Picked up some tough yards.
They only list him 5'10", 165.
But he's playing bigger
he's
than
got
what
some,
he is.
Yeah, he's got some power, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm. And Hammond's a junior, so.
Elijah James on the tackle for Putnam City West inside the 10-yard line on second down and 6. They can get a first down just past the 5-yard line, and using every bit of the play clock here to start the fourth quarter, up 47-0. Calvert has gone the distance at quarterback. Williams again, left side, and gets the first down. It'll be first down and goal at the 3. Another Air National Guard first down. The Air National Guard, part-time blue, full-time U.
Good job in opening up some holes down the left side. That seems where he's getting most of his work. Nice running lane.
You know, last year was a tough year. We talked about COVID really affecting Putnam City West, but same for Guthrie. Myron, they went 6-3 last year, did not play 10 games, played 1 short, and there were times, and here's a handoff to Williams, back up the middle. Does he get in? Yes, touchdown, Guthrie. Add to the push-up total as Guthrie adds to their lead, 53-0 now. And here is the Homeland Grocery touchdown replay by Xavier Williams getting his first touchdown run of 2021. I think they have a future at running back now as well.
Well, and that's the thing. You know, Guthrie's up big, but you get the reserves now. It's their time to shine.
And look at all of his teammates, his friends on the sideline. His first probably career high school touchdown, I would imagine.
Yeah. He looks like a future player for him.
Here's the point after. And actually, this is a new kicker now for Guthrie. And the point after is no good. Noah French, the kicker. And so now it is 53-0. 53 push-ups now down into the north end zone. Myron?
I think they need to work on theirs.
That one could be a little bit different than the last one. His form, Mark Rogers, his form is a little different than the last guy's, you have to admit, if Mark's down there. Probably not a senior, I would think, huh?
Yeah, I think he's got some work to do. Now, I say this, and I don't want to do 53 push-ups either.
I don't either. I'll admit, I'm not going to do any push-ups, but I give it up to him no matter his form. We won't talk about the form anymore, no matter the form. Mark Rogers, what do you think?
Well, I think he knew that he had to do 53 push-ups, so he arched his back a little bit. He gave his arms a break, and he's a hero right now, and his night is over. So once you do the push-ups, look, you see, he got a nice flex for your guys up there in the booth.
You know, and I'll tell you, they would probably do 100 push-ups no matter what, because they want their football team to win, and this is what it's all about. Spectacle of high school sports like that.
They've got a pull-up bar on the scoreboard, too, and then knocking out some pull-ups.
Oh, wow.
So
okay.
Hey, I try to be nice to those guys. I try to throw you all under the bus. I don't want them coming after me after the game.
I'll be the first to apologize, but I'm going to give it up to them. Who cares what the form looks like, right? They just want to do the push-ups.
I do have to go to that end zone to get to my car, so I was,
I've been known to have security guards around me before, so I may need a couple others. No, tell them it is great what they're doing. The support that they show their high school buddies and the football team here, you love to see stuff like that.
Yeah, it's been a good crowd here tonight. It's a good crowd, and I'm sure Putnam City West, they wish they were doing better on the scoreboard, but like I said, the band, their cheerleaders have enjoyed things. Certainly the Guthrie folks are enjoying themselves. And it does not appear to be a scorcher. Of course, we're upstairs, I'll say that, but that we thought it would be.
Here is Michael Ford, the left-hander, and his pass is caught to Gordon. Now Gordon switching sides of the field, trying to find somewhere to run, and is actually going to lose yardage. Ran for about 100 and lost about 5.
Yeah.
Coming up later in the fourth quarter, stay tuned for the GMC Player of the Game. Myron and I will choose the Player of the Game, and right now you would have to give it to Hammonds of Guthrie. 3 touchdowns on the ground tonight. Let's go back downstairs to Mark Rogers.
Hey, one thing, even though the score here is 53-0, Kelly Beebe has been on staff here at Guthrie for a long time, even before he was the head coach. They did win by shutout last week. It's no coincidence that they have a shutout tonight. These guys, whoever comes into the game, they're not going to quit. They're going to try to preserve that shutout, the scoreboard.
And here's a pass by Ford. Almost could have probably been picked off had DeAndre Jones been just a few seconds earlier. Gordon, the intended receiver. It's now 3rd down and long.
And Mark's right. You don't want to be the guy that gives up a big play in the score. You've gone this far. You shut out Shawnee last week. You want to get another one tonight. Yeah. And like I said, these young guys that get in there, hey, this is their chance to look good. This is their chance to impress coach and let them know they can play.
Yeah, defenses take pride when you haven't given up a touchdown all season. And here's a quick pitch, and actually in the backfield before the pitches even occurred, it was Jacob Varnell, and Varnell tackles the player tackles Andrell Johnson for another loss. It is 4th down and 21 now for the Patriots.
Yeah, he's pretty much waiting for him to get that pitch. And that actually, it's like a pass, but
we haven't called Varnell's name a lot tonight, but he led the team in tackles last week against Shawnee with 6, had 14 total tackles in the game, but he had 8 solo tackles. Putnam City West getting a late player onto the field, and that's going to draw a penalty. And so they'll just move the football back a little bit more. Michael Ford, the backup quarterback, also the punter. Next week we will be in Yukon to watch the Deer Creek Antlers against the Yukon Millers. Here is Michael Ford, and his kick is almost blocked, taken at midfield, and returning it back down to about the 40-yard line is Jackson Walters on the return for the Blue Jays. All right, we will take a break. Fourth quarter from Guthrie. The Blue Jays easily out in front. Welcome back to Guthrie. The Blue Jays leading Putnam City West on their way to their second win of the season. Now the big question, can they hold Putnam City West without a score 2 weeks in a row, holding their opponent without a touchdown? A couple of defensive turnovers for scores tonight for the Blue Jays. One a fumble recovery and another an interception return. And now the Blue Jays have a new quarterback in. And here is a handoff to Williams. And that is going to be for about a 3-yard loss. It'll be second down and 13 for Guthrie. Nate Binford, the new quarterback, sophomore quarterback. Not a lot of times I'll call him a quarterback, but he was wearing a running back's number. He's listed as a running back, but taking all the snaps. So we'll just call this a Wildcat from here on out, right? Here's the handoff to Williams.
Williams don't care what you call it, just give him the ball.
Yeah, well, what a runner. He's going to be close to a first down across the 35 down to about the 32-yard line.
I say he runs with purpose, man. He's like, I got somewhere to get to.
He's a lot different running back than Hammonds. Wouldn't you think Hammond's more of a power guy? This speedster. Williams a speedster, it looks like.
But he's not afraid of contact.
No.
He steps up in there and delivers a blow.
Binford from the backfield takes the snap and back up the middle. He gets a first down. It will be an Air National Guard first down for the Blue Jays.
You know, you mentioned we're going to be at Deer Creek next week. They are beating Southmore 44-0 in the fourth quarter. Deer Creek's about to be 2-0 on the season. Putnam North and Putnam City are tied at 21 apiece in the third. Of course, PCO lost last week to Enid in our game of the week.
That's okay. No,
Edmond North leading Edmond Memorial 10-6 in the fourth. And the first version of Edlam.
First down and 10 for the Jays. Here's the handoff to Williams and drugged down. And that is actually, is that going to be a face mask or a horse collar? It was
a face
either
mask.
Or, but it's definitely going to be a personal foul.
That's face mask.
Personal foul, face mask. You saw his head get turned all the way around.
Do they teach how to throw flags when you're official? Because they got some really good distance on these flags. That's right there. Yeah, that's pretty obvious.
Well, I can tell you from the other football, English football, we are taught how to throw cards. I'm sure these officials are probably taught how to throw flags.
These guys get some good distance, man.
Yeah. You know, they put that little beanbag in there, though. Let's go downstairs to Mark Rogers. Mark.
Guys, I can tell you, you mentioned that Deer Creek's up big on Southmore tonight. That's a very, very good football team. It's probably one of the better ones that they've had at the school in quite some time, so that'll be an entertaining game at UConn next week.
Here is Binford going for the pylon. Nice little stutter move. Gets into the end zone and a touchdown for Guthrie.
Did he? They give it to him?
Yep.
I hear the bells. Yep. I think they did. And the flags on the field.
There are flags. After they came in very late after the touchdown run, something happened over by the pylon in front of the line judge. Let's see what happens after the play, after Binford gets into the end zone. Watch this little stutter move. Oop, and he gets in right there. And a late hit.
There it is.
Yeah, late hit on Putnam City West. Play was already over, and a personal foul against Putnam City West. 65-0.
You know, Mark mentioned Deer Creek. They got the big lineman, Jacob Sexton. He's an Oklahoma commit. And he was recruited by the Oklahomas, the Alabamas, the Oklahoma States, Texas. He could have gone just about anywhere.
Low line drive. It does get over the crossbar, just barely.
Chip the paint off, man.
So French connects the point after 60-0 here in Guthrie.
You're watching Oklahoma City Community College Friday Night Rivals live on CW34, presented by GMC.
Back in Guthrie, the Blue Jays tacking on 7 more, 60-0. And here is the Ortho Central kickoff, and it will bounce at the 1-yard line, finally picked up by Putnam City West and taken back out to about the 14. And
he thought he was going to go in the end zone, but it just kind of died at the 1.
Don't forget, we'll choose the GMC Player of the Game coming up here in just a few minutes, as well as the OCCC Play of the Game.
A lot of candidates when you put up 60 points. And you got a shutout.
You go defensively, you go offensively, although it's been an offensive performance tonight by Isaiah Hammonds.
2 defensive scores.
Here's the play from scrimmage. And here is the handoff to Keaton Stewart, who is going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Mark Rogers, what do you have for us?
A couple more scores tonight. Stillwater is playing at Edmond Santa Fe. Gage Gundy, the starting quarterback for the Pioneers. They're on top of the Wolves, 30-20 in the fourth quarter. Edmond Memorial looking for their first ever win at their new home facility. This is a grudge match between Edmond North and Edmond, and right now it's the Huskies on top of the Bulldogs. Edmond North 10, Memorial 6, about 5 minutes to go in that one. And still a pretty big lead for Moore over Westmore in that Moore war there, trying to end that long losing streak.
Michael Ford, the quarterback. Here is the handoff, Stewart, and he gets maybe a couple yards. Yeah, Edmond Memorial's new facility, very nice. All the Edmond schools, as we talked about last week, Myron, all these schools getting new stadiums in the metro area. Obviously, this one, I love historic stadiums. I love new stadiums, but I love historic stadiums like this. There's nothing better than, I've never been to a game in Guthrie before, having lived in Oklahoma most of my life, and what a great atmosphere here tonight.
Yeah, it is. It's hard to beat this for a Friday night. Of course, the Edmond schools all getting their own facilities is good because they were sharing Wantland Stadium for a number of years. Hey, the Putnam City schools share Putnam City Stadium for a number of years. They've all got their spots, and that's good. You don't have to play on Thursday nights and all that kind of stuff. So, but a lot of tradition in this stadium. A lot of great players have come through here down through the years and have helped them win those state championships.
Pass is incomplete to Gordon, and so we'll bring up 4th down, and the Patriots will kick it away with just under 3 minutes to go. And you can see the frustration by Corey Gordon. Again, committed to Baylor, had a lot of schools wanting to recruit him, and interesting, all Ivy League schools wanted Gordon to go as well. And talked to, he had a long conversation with Craig Maynard, the head coach. What's the best option for him? And Baylor came knocking and decided to stay in the Big 12 and stay pretty much local. And Here's the return on the punt. Down to the 10, makes a nice move, and into the end zone for the touchdown goes DeAndre Jones on the punt return.
Nice move on the sideline to make a couple guys miss, and you got some guys that will's broken over there.
He fielded the football at the 47, made a nice little move around Ford, and gets the touchdown on the 47-yard punt return. 66-0. And, you know, knowing these coaches like you do, I'm sure Kelly Beebe is not sitting there saying run it up. It's just what's being offered to players, and they want to make plays, and that's what they're doing.
Yeah, especially when you're out there and this is your chance to play, and you want to do well, and your parents in the stands, and it's your chance to get out there and play. So that's all you're trying to do.
Coming up here in just a bit, we will have the OCCC play of the game. OCCC, the third C stands for college. And there is a lot to choose from, Myron, tonight, because 67 points on the scoreboard. That means a lot of offense and, of course, as we've said, a lot of defense tonight. Yeah, the defense has done their job, and they've given up a few plays, but they've shut the door when Putnam City West got close to scoring, and they've come up with some plays themselves, 2 defensive scores. And after getting 3 takeaways last week against Shawnee, they come back and get some here tonight. And so it's been a total team